Oh, thank you for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Komadiki Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. This is Komadiki. Oh, thank you for joining the class. Oh, glories to you. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Is there anyone else who would like to join? Who would like to announce?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Neetu Mataji. Thank you for joining the class every day. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Komadaki Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees on the call. This is Harita from Missouri City, Texas. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Harita Mataji, please accept. Thank you for joining the call. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Is there anybody else who would like to join? Introduce themselves. This purpose is join.
Hare Krishna.
So today's class will. Oh, Hare Krishna, Ramgiridhari Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much for joining Prabhuji and giving your valuable time and association to us this morning. Okay.
Mataji, verses for today.
Oh, verses, yeah, that's what I was trying to find.
Yeah.
Well, today's verses is Caitanya Bhagavata Madhya, 6th chapter, verses 17 through 27.
And the quote I will put, Mataji now. Quote.
Prabhuji, you have joined?
Can you see the quote now, Mataji?
I don't have the quote here. Oh, yeah.
On the screen, Mataji.
On the screen, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Today, I like to read the quote from Srila Prabhupada. 28th November. Fate can be changed by Krishna consciousness. Krishna says, I shall give you protection from all the resultant action of your sinful life. That is fate changed. When you surrender to Krishna, he takes charge of squaring up all your sinful activities and their reaction. Surrender to Krishna, then your fate is changed. Delhi, November 28, 1975. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Ramgiridhari Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you very much for giving us your very valuable time and association this morning. Prabhuji, take over the call now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure. I hope you all had a wonderful Kartik month. So we'll discuss from Caitanya Bhagavata Madhya Leela, Madhya Khanda, chapter 6, text number 17 through 27. Anande Vihvala Pada Na Jane Ramai Shri Caitanya Gnalai Gela Seitai. Ramai was overwhelmed in ecstasy and did not know which way he was going. simply by the order of Sri Chaitanya, he arrived at his destination. Acharya re namaskari Ramai Pandita Kahite napare kata anande purnita. Ramai Pandita offered his obeisances to Advaita Acharya, but he was filled with such ecstasy that he was unable to speak. Sarvajna Advaita Bhakti Yogera Prabhave Aila Prabhura Agnya Jhani Yache Age. By the influence of devotional service, the omniscient Advaita already understood the order of the Lord has arrived. Ramai Dekiya Hasi Bhalena Vachana Muji Agnya Haila Ama Nivara Karana. On seeing Ramai, he smiled and said, I guess you have come here to take me. Karayoda Kari Bhale Ramai Pandita Sakala Janiya Acha Chalaha Tvarita. With folded hands, Ramai Pandita said, you know everything, please come immediately. Anande Vihvala Hana Acharya Goshai Ena Nahi Jane Teha Ache Kontai. Acharya Goshai, excuse me, Acharya Goshai became overwhelmed in ecstasy. He did not know anything. He even forgot his own body. Ki mujahe advaitera charitra gahana jani ya onana mata kara yekatana. Who can understand the grave characteristics of Advaita? Although he knows everything, he acts like an ordinary person. Kotava Goshai Aila Manusha Bhitare Konsastre Bhale Nadiyaye Avatare. Where is it stated that the Supreme Lord comes amongst the human beings? In which scripture is it said that Lord would incarnate in Nadiya? Mora Bhakti Vairagya Adhyatma Jnana Mora Shakala Jhanaya Srinivasa Bhai Tora. Your brother Srinivasa knows everything about my devotional service, renunciation, and spiritual knowledge. Advaitera Charitra Ramai Bhala Jane Uttara Nakare Kichu Hase Mane Mane. Ramai was fully aware of Advaita's characteristics, so he did not reply but smiled to himself. Yei Mata Advaitera Charitra Agada Sukritra Bhala Dushkritra Karyavada. Such are the unfathomable characteristics of Advaita. They are auspicious for the devotees and impediments for the miscreants. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the context that we are in is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has asked brother of Srivas Thakur, Ramai Pandita, to go to Advaita Acharya's place and ask Advaita Acharya and his wife, both of them to come and join the Sankirtan mission. Now that Nityananda Prabhu's transcendental position is revealed and established, and he is now very much part of the core team, Mahaprabhu now wanted to formally introduce Advaitacharya into the team. Advaitacharya was not a new name in Nadia district. He was the one who was responsible for Mahaprabhu to descend. But then, many people don't know, or many people may not be able to correlate Mahaprabhu's avatar with Advaitacharya's devotion. Nityananda Prabhu and Advaitacharya are god brothers, and they had an interesting rasa between them. So now Mahaprabhu is trying to kind of putting this team together, and he wanted to make sure that Advaitacharya is part of it, without which the entire team will be incomplete. So now Ramai Pandita, based on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order, he is going to Shantipur, and you will always see one common word whenever you are describing about the interactions amongst Mahaprabhu's confidential associates. One common word which is repeatedly used is the word called ecstasy. Just in this today's 10-11 verses, we had heard the word ecstasy more than 3 times. The ecstasy one feels in the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and their associates. The ecstasy of performing services to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. The ecstasy of being a devotee and a practitioner of this Sankirtan movement under the lotus feet of, under the direction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. They are not just material, temporary ecstasy. And each and every person who was given service opportunity, they not only experienced this ecstasy, they also wanted to distribute this ecstasy. This is the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, in our today's context, we are going to churn 3 sets of reflections, and through those 3 reflections, we will cover these 11 shlokas and their underlying purports. The first reflection is about the transcendental happiness and ecstasy being experienced by the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We had just concluded our Kartik Vrata, Kartik Mass. I'm sure most of you would have discussed several pastimes, several details of Krishna Lila, especially with respect to the Lord's confidential dealings with his gopis, especially yesterday being Rasa Purnima. So I would like to draw a parallel and try to establish this word ecstasy in our Sankirtan mission. So for a moment, we will switch to Vrindavan mood, and then we'll come back to Navadvip, where the word ecstasy, which was begun during Krishna's transcendental manifested Leela, and which is now re-emulated, represented by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Leela. The 4 unique characteristics of Krishna by which we identify Krishna's unique transcendental nature Rupa Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, and Prema Madhuri. These four unique characteristics of Krishna, whilst it is unique to himself all through his pastimes, but they were predominantly were seen during Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes. Krishna's Rupa Madhuri, his Tribhanga form, he mainly showed it to his, dearest gopis. Krishna in Mathura and Krishna in Dwaraka was more like a Aishwarya Bhav, and he behaved like a king and a Kshatriya, and dealt with his associates and devotees. But the Rupa Madhuri, the beauty of Krishna's glories, was much more seen in his Vrindavan pastime. His Venu Madhuri, the transcendental flute with which Krishna mesmerized everyone, happened in Vrindavan. The Leela Madhuri, I am sure Krishna performed Leela even outside of Vrindavan and in Mathura and Dwaraka. But then, when we talk about Krishna Leela, immediately everybody connects to his Gokul and Vrindavan Leela. Because they are unique, they are transcendental, and they are not even physically performed in Golok Vrindavan. In Golok Vrindavan Dham, these Leelas are remembered and discussed. There is no demon there that Krishna is killing there. There is no, certain pastimes that Krishna has performed in Bhaumya Vrindavan. So Leela Madhuri of Krishna is very special to his Vrindavan. In Prema Madhuri, the transcendental love that Krishna distributed, the transcendental love that Krishna exhibited to his dearest servants, it is very unique to him in Vrindavan only. So Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes are definitely special, but the speciality in that Vrindavan pastime is his association with the gopis. So when describing about this ecstasy, the transcendental happiness, ecstasy that gopis derived in their association with Krishna, the transcendental happiness that was floating around in Krishna and gopis union is considered as the topmost of all the ecstasies. So what happened was, during the Rasa Leela dance performance, when Krishna was calling all the gopis and all the gopis assembled in Yamuna, the banks of river Yamuna, then they all had, had their private moment with Krishna, where Krishna gave his personal one-on-one attention with each of the gopis. And suddenly he vanished after giving them that little moment of happiness. And when Krishna vanished, all the gopis were searching after Krishna, and they found Krishna's lotus feet imprint. And incidentally, they saw Srimati Radharani's lotus feet imprint as well. So these gopis, they were having those transcendental ecstasy, anguish, happiness, crying, so all sorts of kind of mixed emotion. They were extremely happy because Srimati Radharani and Krishna were together. So Sukadeva Goswami is explaining there was absolutely no envy at all. And they were anguished because they were left alone. And they were feeling a kind of mixed, overwhelming feeling, saying that they got association of Krishna and now they lost it. So when they were chasing back to Krishna, they were following the lotus feet imprint. After a while, they did not find Krishna's lotus feet imprint. They only saw Srimati Radharani's. So they thought probably Srimati Radharani is carrying Krishna in her arms. So they kept following Srimati Radharani and they found her sitting in one rock and crying. So then all the gopis, they suddenly sat together and in kind of mixed emotions, they started singing this Gopika Geeta. And at the end of them singing the Geet, feeling, crying, expressing their frustration, anguish, love, glorification, all mixed together, which is completely not available in this material world, Krishna finally appeared again. When Krishna appeared again, these gopis, they went and asked Krishna. So there was a dialogue that happened between Krishna and gopis. Krishna, when he appeared again, he was, finding it hard to handle these gopis because they were kind of, all over him. And the way the gopis dealt with Krishna at that time was, my dear Krishna, you tell me what kind of a lover are you? And they described about 3 types of lovers. They say the first type of lover is the one who is a transactional person. You love me, I love you. You hate me, I hate you. You ignore me, I ignore you. Are you that kind of a lover? Or are you a lover where a person loves the other person irrespective of the other person not loving or not? Like that of a parent. Independent of whether the child is loving or not, the parent's love for the child is, special. The love the devotees show towards the unfortunate, ignorant, innocent. The love devotees show towards other fellow devotees. The respect and care and the devotees show towards every living entities. Irrespective of how the other person responds, they show their love. Are you that kind of a lover, Krishna? The third, they said, the third category of lover is that person who says, even if you love me, I don't love you. So kind of gopis wanted to trap Krishna, expose him, saying that how hard-hearted he was when he vanished. Then they further explain, even in the third category of people, there are 4 different types. One is an Atma Rama type, where he does not reciprocate other person's love just because he is self-satisfied. Second is Apta Kama type, which means my desires are already fulfilled. I had desires, they are fulfilled, so I am not looking forward for anyone's love. Even if they love, it doesn't matter. I'm already satisfied. Similar to Atma Rama is no desires, he already self-situated, self-satisfied. Apta Kama was he had a desire, but now they are fulfilled. And the third is called Akritagnya, a person who is an ungrateful type. A person showing love towards you and you are kind of rejecting, being ungrateful. And fourth category is about Guru Druha type, inimical. I'm not only ungrateful, I'm not only indifferent to you, but I am inimical towards you. So the gopis, when they were missing Krishna, when they were singing the song of separation for Krishna, and they were very much upset, and when Krishna reappeared, looking at their desperation, they asked these questions to Krishna. They posed these questions to Krishna, saying how mean you were. So they wanted to kind of tell Krishna that you have been very unrealistic, sometimes, very ungrateful to an extent. Are you, so hard-hearted? Now, finally, Krishna opened up. And Krishna is now responding to one of the, Krishna is responding to this prayer that the gopis have, the complaints the gopis have registered. This is very nicely registered in Srimad Bhagavatam. I'll just read that, small portion from Srimad Bhagavatam, where Krishna is responding what he actually feels and how he actually feels for the gopis. So Krishna is responding like this. This is in 10th canto, 32nd chapter, text number 22. It's a very famous verse. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu is quoting them in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Na parayeham niravadya samyujam swasadu krityam vibhutayushapiva yama bhajan durjara geha shinkalaha samvrityatadva parityatu sadhuna. I am not able to repay my debt for your spotless service, even within a lifetime of Brahma. Your connection with me is beyond reproach. You have worshipped me, cutting off all domestic ties, which are difficult to break. Therefore, please let your own glorious deeds be your compensation. So, Krishna is trying to explain to gopis that how the gopis' love for Krishna is not comprehensible. He is telling, at least I have my family, I have my friends, I have these people in this material world who is seeking some, help from me. But you guys, without looking at any discrimination, without looking at any consideration, you have been simply loving me, and that love is the topmost. In saying this, Krishna says, I am defeated in your love. In a loving relationship, especially between two lovers, the women, the beloved, always look forward for the statement of love from the lover. A kind of gesture, a kind words. So it is explained that this prayer, this particular message, this particular note by Krishna sustained gopis for the rest of their life in their manifested Leela. Just that Krishna said how much he loves us. Just Krishna said that how our love is our own compensation. And just what Krishna said, the just previous verse, text number 20 and 21 of 10th canto, 32nd chapter, Krishna explains that the reason that he vanished was to intensify the love, intensify the transcendental happiness, intensify the ecstasy. The reason I am narrating this whole, episode in this current context is this transcendental ecstasy that Krishna gave. So after Krishna saying this, I am defeated. Gopis who are ganging up against Krishna to make Krishna, accept his mistake, now said, my dear Krishna, by you making this particular statement, you defeated our heart. By you making this, one single statement, you have won over us. So at the end, what had happened was, there was a reunion. And in that reunion, both the parties patched up. Both the parties, kind of expressed how they mean to each other. And right at that instant of that union, when the ecstasy was at its peak, there was a Rasa dance again. They all danced and had their wonderful night spent together. In Adi Leela, chapter 4, text number 187, Srila Prabhupada writes. It's a very profound statement that Srila Prabhupada writes. The translation goes like this. CC Adi 4.187. The gopis taste a pleasure 10 million times greater than the pleasure Lord Krishna derives from seeing them. I repeat, the gopis taste a pleasure 10 million times greater than the pleasure Lord Krishna derives from seeing them. Purport. The wonderful characteristics of the gopis are beyond imagination. They have no desire for personal satisfaction, yet when Krishna is happy by seeing them, that happiness of Krishna makes the gopis a million times more happy than Krishna himself. So this is what I want to define as transcendental ecstasy. The transcendental ecstasy is a person who is transcendentally situated derives happiness when they see their beloved being happy. And that happiness is incomparable. In the materialistic world, we all seek happiness for our pleasure, what I want to achieve. If you are little bit pure, you will say, I will seek for happiness of my beloved. But the transcendental ecstasy that are experienced by these devotees have nothing to do with this material world. When they see Krishna happy, that is why when Krishna was missing, they were finding it painful. But when they knew that Krishna is with Srimati Radharani, they were happy. So the ultimate goal was Krishna's happiness. So now coming back to Vrindavan to Navadvip, that transcendental happiness established by gopis, that transcendental happiness that is revealed by the transcendental association of gopis and Krishna, he is emulated, he is recreated, he is represented by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his manifested Leela amongst his associates. Every time when we talk about ecstasy in Gaura Leela, every time when we talk about ecstasy amongst the loving exchanges between his dear devotees, that ecstasy has nothing to do with this material happiness, has nothing to do with the happiness we see, we derive in meeting our near and dear ones and loved ones. So my first reflection that I want to register here is about the transcendental ecstasy which our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission gives. So the final reunion after Krishna and gopis exchanged their words of love and gratitude and ecstasy, the dance they had, the Rasa Leela dance they had, when Krishna danced with them, that kind of transcendental mellow they emulated, that the same transcendental mellow is now what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is creating whilst he is with his associates in Navadvip Dham. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing in Shiva Sangan, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing with Advaita Nityananda Prabhu, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to dance with Advaita Charya very soon, you will all learn that. When Advaita Charya, Nityananda Prabhu, they are going to have that transcendental loving exchanges. It is a very wonderful loving exchange, similar to what gopis and Krishna experienced in Vrindavan. So the point I want to drive home is, number one, transcendental ecstasy has nothing to do with this materialistic, happiness. Number two, transcendental happiness, which is originally created, demonstrated, shown by Krishna, is recreated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his manifested Leela. And number three, in spite of we being in Kali Yuga, we being part of this, iron age, age of quarrel and hypocrisy, if we are party to the Sankirtan mission, if you are able to chant and dance to this Hare Krishna Mahamantra in the association of Krishna's dear devotees, then we will have the good fortune of experiencing the same transcendental ecstasy for which rishis and munis are performing tapasyas for ages. So we are thanking Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada, and all the acharyas to have given that impossible, improbable combination of love to be available to us in our conditioned state. But somehow Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought it to us, knowing our conditioned state, brought it to us and gave it in a form that which we could participate and eventually transform ourselves. So this transcendental ecstasy that Ramai Pandita, Advaita Acharya, all the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are experiencing is something that we can't see in this materialistic world. So this is my first reflection. The second reflection is about the eagerness of Advaita Acharya to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Sankirtan avatar. Advaita Acharya already had met Nimai Pandita, but now the news of Sankirtan mission inaugurated has already reached in different parts of the world. So Advaita Acharya wanted to eagerly waiting. It is said that before even Ramai Pandit could reach, Advaita Acharya is eagerly waiting. So my second reflection is about eagerness in our devotional practices. So I have 3 points in this reflection. It is said, Utsahat Nischayat Dhairyat Tattat Karma Pravartanat Sangat Tyagat Stavrate Shadabir Bhaktir Prasiddhyati. Our enthusiasm is one of the important components in our devotional practices. But what is the symptom of enthusiasm? Is enthusiasm just a feeling? Is enthusiasm is some sort of an emotion within yourself? How does the enthusiasm is, how does this enthusiasm is expressed? Not just by jumping and not just by, shouting hooray. The enthusiasm is expressed by our eagerness to participate and our eagerness to get the association and our eagerness to perform devotional service. Here we see how before even Ramai Pandita reached over there, so as if you are waiting for a moment. Can you imagine the eagerness Advaita Acharya would be having? For 50 plus years, Advaita Acharya had performed every day a prayer, a special prayer for the Lord to descend before Mahaprabhu's arrival. For 50 years, every day he performed Shaligram Puja, bathing the Shaligram with Ganga water, with offering them tulasi. Every day with patience, with conviction, with utmost eagerness and enthusiasm, the Supreme Lord was prayed by Advaita Acharya. And when Advaita Acharya was performing these prayers, he He had utmost confidence that Krishna has given me a word and he will definitely come. So for 50 years he had been praying, and after the Lord appeared, he had his initial naughty pastimes, scholastic pastimes. So Advaitacharya patiently waited then also. Because Advaitacharya, Gadadhar Pandit and few devotees used to meet in Navadvip and regularly pray and think, when will this Nimai take up Sankirtan mission? This intelligent boy, this beautiful boy, this wonderful boy, when he will take up the Sankirtan mission? After Mahaprabhu's appearance also, after Nimai's appearance also, he was waiting. Now that the Sankirtan mission has begun, now that Nityananda Prabhu has come, now that the nocturnal Kirtan has started, so Advaitacharya couldn't wait. But knowing the etiquette, knowing the mannerisms, knowing that he will be properly, positioned and aligned, he was waiting for Mahaprabhu's Adesh. Look at this. This is very scientific. Nityananda Prabhu is Sakshat Balaram. Advaitacharya is Sadashiva. They are not just ordinary, people. They have their own free will. They could have done whatever they wanted to do. But they wanted to demonstrate a very important solidarity. They wanted to establish the supremacy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they wanted to teach how one should exhibit, one should channelize, one should dovetail one's propensity for the service of the Lord. So Advaitacharya patiently, eagerly waiting. What happens is that when you are prepared to, go to a place, say for example, those of you who have not visited your hometown, not visited Dham for a long time. So when you're prepared to eagerly leave, so every moment you are sitting at the edge of the seat and you are watching over, you are trying to, meditate on, you're always like, like there's a wow factor, wow moment. So Advaitacharya was having that eagerness. So it is said, the Lord you worshipped for so long, the Lord you cried for, the Lord you fasted for, the Lord has now manifested. Ramai Pandita, when he is saying, he could have immediately jumped into the, fact saying that, okay, let us leave. But look at his eagerness. What did he say? Which Lord? Where it is mentioned is Lord. So he kind of wanting to hear it more and more, wanted to hear it again and again, wanting to be part of that. We keep replaying certain things that we love the most. We kind of wanted to hear it again and again. We want to see the videos of our beloved again and again. Because that repeat feeling. How many times we would have seen Srila Prabhupada's certain videos? How many times we would have seen certain, festivals and events that would have changed our heart? So Advaitacharya, when he is asking this question, when Ramai Pandita is saying, the Lord that you prayed for is here. He has come to distribute holy name. Come. Advaitacharya says, which Lord? Which Shastra? What are you blabbering? Ramai Pandita, knowing Advaitacharya, he kept quiet and smiled. But the intention of Advaitacharya's question is to hear more. Please say more. Please describe more. Please talk about him more. Please glorify him more. Because hearing such a glories is the perfection of our life. So my second reflection is about eagerness for joining the Sankirtan mission is something that is needed in all of us. As a part of that, 3 points I want to say. Number one, symptom of our enthusiasm is seen in our eagerness and readiness to perform devotional service, which Advaitacharya showed. Symptom of our enthusiasm in devotional service is seen by we being not critical, but ready to team and accept a challenge. Because sometimes what happens is that I am very eager, very much ready, But when an opportunity comes, we become critical, we become cynical, we become, blaming something or other. We look for, an extra mileage for us. But we have seen all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, they have been non-critical. And they look for every challenge come their way. When the gopis wanted to see Krishna, when Prabhupada wanted to establish International Society for Krishna Consciousness, when all the three trios, Srinivasacharya, Narottam Das Thakur, Shyamananda Pandita, when they were given the mission of distributing books, when Goswamis were given an instruction by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, tell me one Vaishnava saint in their life, there were no apparent challenges. But what they have time and again defined, that these challenges are not challenges, they are opportunities. They are moments to create, loving exchanges, develop loving exchanges, develop intensity of love towards their beloveds. The third aspect is that whilst I am trying to be ready to team up and accept challenge, not critical, and show my eagerness, I am definitely be humbled, not showing off, but interested in churning. Advaitacharya could have shown off, as it is mentioned here, that Advaitacharya, he knew everything. He is only saying, your brother Srinivasa know about me, know about my, meditation, vairagya, renunciation and things like that. So he could have very much, behaved in a different manner, but he intensified his love for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by eager to hear more about him and participate. So you are going to discuss tomorrow. He is going to ask, please tell me what is the reason of your arrival. Even though Advaitacharya knew about it, he would like to, go over it again and again. So it is important that in our devotional journey, we exhibit this enthusiasm through, number one, showing our eagerness and readiness to serve. Number two, by being non-critical and team up with other devotees and be ready to accept challenge. And number three, being very humble and not showing off and ready to churn the nectar. Because many times we know it, but still want to hear it. When Bhagavatam class is going on or when discussions are going on, many times we are only interested in hearing some new points. But those who have got love for Krishna, those who have got love for this process, those who have got love for the Sankirtan mission would like to hear it again and again. Oh, this I know this, but I would like to hear it again, hear it again, hear it again, hear it again. Because by more and more regularly hearing this, we will get completely into the transcendental ecstasy about which we just described. So my second reflection is about inculcating this sense of eagerness to join the Sankirtan mission is something that we all need to reflect upon. The third and last reflection from this current context is about the last shloka we read today, that's text number 27. Such are the unfathomable characteristics of Advaita. They are auspicious for the devotees and impediments for the miscreants. So it's very interesting, point that Vrindavan Das Thakura is putting it here. How is it that glories of Vaishnavas are, impediment for the miscreants? In the purport, it is nicely explained. I'll just read the purport. Ordinary people cannot enter into the confidential characteristics of Advaita Prabhu. Those who are fortunate are benefited by understanding the purpose of the Lord, while those who are unfortunate and engaged in sinful activities invite inauspiciousness by attempting to oppose him without understanding. So this is a very sensitive point, especially from our preaching perspective, as well as from understanding the science of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission and how the Sankirtan mission is highly confidential and glorious. There are many miscreants, many unfortunate souls who have not understood, who do not know the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who do not know how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kaschit Yatadi Siddhaye Yatatam Api Siddhanam Kaschit Mam Veti Tatvataha. This shloka, one of the friends explained to me. He said that there are many people who don't believe in God. And he was giving a very interesting statistics in his own interesting way. A very senior disciple of Gopal Krishna Maharaj. So this Prabhu mentioned that 99% of the people in this world don't believe in God. 1% of the world believe in God, but 90% of them don't know that the Lord is having a form. 10% of them may believe that God may have form, but may conclude any form associated with that as God. Only 10% of them only will agree that out of all these different gods, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And out of 100% of people who agree who Krishna is Supreme Person of Godhead, maybe 90% of them don't know who Srimati Radharani is. They may not know the glories of Srimati Radharani. They may have their own interpretation of Srimati Radharani. And of those who know Srimati Radharani, still many of them don't know who Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. Till today, the who is who of Bhakti movement apparently trying to promote Bhakti in today's religious cults around. Everybody is calling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a historical saint. Some Swamijis, some sadhus, some ashram leaders, they glorify Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a sadhu. They are equating to Tukaram Maharaj. They are equating to some sort of Mirabai and some kind of personalities. They don't know Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. And more notorious are those who use the Sankirtan mission for their personal benefits. When Bhaktivinoda Thakur traveled around the entire Bengal, he exposed different types of apasampradayis who are trying to claim that we are from this varga, that varga, Nityananda Prabhu varga, Advaitacharya varga. We are forefathers of, we are family members of so and so, Goswami. They all have inherited so many titles. They have got such a horn that they are not able to bow down to the Sankirtan mission and put their hand into the Sankirtan mission as Srila Prabhupada and his followers have performed menial, wonderful service spreading the holy name of the Lord. Everybody wanted the title, everybody wanted the power and position, but nobody wanted to do that Sankirtan mission as Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada had distributed. In Orissa, once one Gaudiya Mat sannyasi was presenting a slide show. I mean, I'm talking about 30-40 years before. So those days, the projectors that we are currently using, they were all not there. There used to be something called as overhead projectors, where the film is just projected, so still pictures were projected on the wall and shown. At that time, he was going on projecting different things about Sankirtan mission. He was going on presenting. And one of the slide was the very famous picture of devotees happily standing in front of Eiffel Towers. And this is a very famous picture. So during that time, when he presented this, he said, stop, I want to say something. So he turned on the light and said, you see this picture? We, as so many of our God brothers, we tried to present Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission to so many people overseas. We spent a lot of money to establish this Gaudiya Math overseas, but we couldn't succeed. Look at what Goswami Maharaj has done, because we all used to call our Bhaktivedanta Swami as Goswami Maharaj. Look at what Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj has done. All these happy devotees, we were finding it hard for them to make them follow 4 regulative principles. Every month we used to spend money to London. In those days, it was worth 4,000 pounds or something like that. But we couldn't make one devotee. But because of Goswami Maharaj, because of Srila Prabhupada, this miracle could happen. The point I want to drive home is that those who are miscreants, they are miscreants because of their own personal choice, because of one's own personal arrogance, because of one's own personal stupidity. They would miss the chance which is right in front of them to grab it, to go back home, back to Godhead. And rather they will go elsewhere, bowing down, seeking for some blessings. So this is very unfortunate. So that is why the third reflection I want to say is that we are not just some, this is not just some sort of a fluke or luck that came our way. Somehow our spiritual authorities chose us. Somehow our spiritual authorities have handpicked us. Their kind mercy have come our way. This way is the way by which we should develop our love and take the auspiciousness from them. Nectar of Devotion, Rupa Goswami is explaining. When Kripa is coming our way, when mercy is coming our way, it comes in 3 forms. Vachika, Darshana, and Harda. Vachika means we get to hear a self-realized soul or a great Vaishnava by words. He gives his blessings. Darshana meaning we get to see self-realized soul. Darshane pavitra koro ei tumara gun. And Harda means we behave in such a manner that we have a place in the heart of self-realized soul. The success of our Krishna consciousness is such that we get any one of them or all of them. So that is why it is extremely important for us to make sure that we don't fall under the category of miscreants. Let us not become miscreants. Let us not get into that trap of those arrogant, stupid, and unfortunate people. Sometimes they would have had good fortune right there, right beside them, within their house, within their family. But they would have missed it. They would have missed it. It's interesting to note that Advaita Acharya had 8 sons. Not all of them took up the Sankirtan mission. Srila Prabhupada's, all the children did not take up Krishna consciousness. Most of our devotees, some of the children, are not able to take up Krishna consciousness. We can always say that they come with their own baggage, they come with their own karma. But it is imperative from us as the students, as the practitioners of Krishna consciousness, to create a positive environment, a wonderful circumstances, and nice educational system by which we save people to become victim of these miscreants and somehow be part of this auspicious gang. So we want to, sincerely express our heartfelt appreciation to all our seniors. At this moment, I would like to bow down to so many people in my life with whose blessings only I'm still surviving and toiling in Krishna consciousness. In spite of my nonsense within me, I'm still able to participate in some service is because of the kindness of so many wonderful devotees. So Advaita Acharya is now going to very soon join the Sankirtan mission, and this chapter is going to describe how wonderfully his welcoming is going to happen into this big gang, and they are a big, formidable, team who is going to rule the entire world for the next 25, 30 years. Then the Sankirtan mission got widespread all over the world by the blessings of Srila Prabhupada, and we have a lot more to do under Srila Prabhupada's leadership to win more and more souls to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So with this, I will stop here and just summarize that we had 3 sets of reflections. The first reflection being the reflection about the transcendental ecstasy and transcendental happiness one derive in the association, and that is nothing to do with material happiness. And as Prabhupada explained in the purport of Adilila 4.187, that self-realized soul derives happiness when they see their beloved being happy with them or with any situation. So to provide happiness, to provide joy is the happiness that the self-realized devotees would want to. And gopis have been in the epitome of that, and the same love, same ecstasy, same happiness Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is offering through his Sankirtan mission. The second point that we discussed was about eagerness in our Krishna consciousness. Our eagerness, our enthusiasm in Krishna consciousness is revealed by our eagerness and readiness to perform devotional service. Our being non-critical and also being ready to be part of a team and accepting the challenges to establish the Sankirtan mission, seeing those challenges as an opportunities, and try to be grounded, not showing off, and eager to churn this nectar more and more so that the ecstasy flows. The last but not least, we should safeguard ourselves and safeguard our near and dear ones from the miscreants and try to be part of the auspicious devotees gang so that we are able to rescue ourselves and bring in a smile in the face of our spiritual master. Thank you so much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Any questions or comments or reflections? I'll be happy to respond.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a beautiful class, and you have highlighted on many points that in our service to Krishna we might have a lot of struggles, but we should take it up, and we have to continue our services. And you have given many examples that how our previous acharyas also had encountered so many.
Welcome to Bhakti Sangha.
Okay. So many other problems, but then how they have completed their task given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and their gurus. It is so nice, Prabhuji, for highlighting that point, because sometimes when we encounter some issues in our services, we feel like, oh, shall I continue or shall I leave it like that? But this example gives us very much encouragement to continue our services with the blessings of gurus. And also at the end, you are telling thank you to your um, uh, um, devotees who have brought you into Krishna consciousness. Same way, I also wanted to thank the devotees who brought me into Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji, because without of them, I would never be in Krishna consciousness today. Yeah, that is very, very, very much important for us to always remember that who brought us here, and be grateful to them. That's when we can grow nicely. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a beautiful class. Very grateful to you. Hare Krishna.
Any
Hare
other
Krishna,
points or
dear
comments?
devotees. Okay, Komadiki Mataji, go ahead.
Does anyone have any question? You can go ahead. Question or comment. Please go ahead. I think everybody has understood.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the very nice class. And it's very true that we are fortunate in one sense that we go to mercy.
We can't hear you, Mataji.
Mataji, your voice is going back. I mean, it's
Going
very
down.
low.
Okay, I think I have audio issues, but I just wanted to thank Prabhuji for highlighting all these beautiful points, especially talking about the special mercy that we have received in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not people really know him, like you mentioned, one only identifies him as a saint. But it is so beautiful that Srila Prabhupada has taken so much effort to shastrically prove the identity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And such a great honor to be a part of this movement that Mahaprabhu has started. Thank you so much for highlighting on that, Prabhu. This is very great.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for your kind words.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I have one question, Prabhu. So, Prabhu,
Yeah,
you
ma'am.
were telling that Srila Prabhupada's kids were also not everyone into Krishna consciousness. Or like you were also telling, like most of our kids, some kids might not be a devotees turning at the end. Means now they might be, they are children, but we don't know how they are going to turn out. So, how should we deal that situations? How can we change them and bring them back? What are the steps we can take, Prabhuji, if we see some changes in the kids that they are not taking up and they are getting busy, or it's not that they don't wanted to do it, but because of the schedule, or because sometimes maybe they don't wanted to do it. So how we have to deal with such kind of situations?
Oh, Hare Krishna. So this question is in itself probably a seminar or a series that you all can discuss and churn this out, and it's $1 million question. I'm sure every parent, every devotee out there is working on or contemplating on or contributing to or asking these questions to someone or the other. I will just simply say this in a couple of words. Number one is that we are actually fighting against the wave. The whole universe is operating against devotional life, and we are in a situation where we have to go against the waves. That's a reality. And in the process, if it is the scenario, but if you have to still go against it because you have to survive and thrive, we need to know that we have some specific character to be shown, which is about collectively working towards this singular problem. Because this is not only your problem or somebody else's problem. I am sure every mother, every father, every parent, every guardian will share this concern. So why everybody have to fight this alone? Why not we, come together and fight this alone? But how to fight this alone? How to fight this? What is the solution for fighting this? Is it a one-day act? One day, is it Shu mantra that one day this will all be done? No. How this has been very systematically, organically, our backbone of a culture has been broken by the so-called materialistic men. From the Macaulay's time or from the pre-Muslim invasion time, right after Mahaprabhu's departure, right after Goswami's time, if you see that 300, 400 years, Bharat Bhumi had gone through a very serious stages of destruction in our Vedic tradition. So it has been a very organic and a very systematic way of collapsing. Now to resurrect, so we have to also do very organic systematic, collective, and very focused endeavor. And as I am speaking, several devotees are working towards it. And hence, this have to happen at all levels. At individual level, by me staying committed, saying that, can I make my life Krishna conscious way of life rather than Krishna consciousness being part of life? Because one disease that we have inherited by being in this corporate world from modern world is that we want good of both. I want good of this material world. I want good of the spiritual world. But unfortunately, they don't go well together. At least not go well together for everyone. There may be some rare souls who may be blessed to be able to manage these two things exceedingly well. There are some rare souls I've seen, I've heard. We also have examples. But then we have to make a decision which one we want. I want, many times we see my son to be, so and so, so high, so powerful, so famous, so this, so that, so much, so that, and devotional also, so that. Maybe it's not possible. So can we change the narrative saying that how Srila Prabhupada's father wanted? If you knew Srila Prabhupada's life, Srila Prabhupada's father always wanted Srila Prabhupada to be Radharani's servant. Maybe Srila Prabhupada's mother Rajani Devi may wanted him to be a barrister. But Gaur Mohan De always prayed to Krishna that my son be a devotee of Srimati Radharani. Come what may, whatever he may do, that is immaterial. So somewhere at a personal level, we have that vairagya, that decision. At our behavioral level, at our family level, at our community level, and finally, are we ready to take up an extra mile, extra step to go and create an opportunity, even though I may be facing some challenges? And Prabhupada writes in 4th canto Srimad Bhagavatam that every leader in the Krishna consciousness movement need to take an extra endeavor to set up education institution. So he says that what Dhruva Maharaj and what Prahlad Maharaj and what so many great personalities has done in the Vedic life, it is possible by the people in this material world, provided we are committed and all the leaders take up this education, setting up of education institution. Education is the backbone. If we fix education, if we fix Vaishnava relationships, we will be able to accomplish a lot more thing in our life. So what you have asked for is not a very simple answer, and it is not one man's situation. It has to be done by, collectively by several people. You can read Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 12, text number 23. I will just read a portion of the translate, a portion of the purport. Excuse me. What was possible for Dhruva Maharaj is possible for anyone. Any 5-year-old child can be trained, and within a very short time, his life will become successful by realization of Krishna consciousness. Unfortunately, this training is lacking all over the world. It is necessary for the leaders of the Krishna consciousness movement to start educational institutions in different parts of the world to train children starting at the age of 5 years. Thus, children will not become hippies or spoiled children of society. Rather, they can all become devotees of the Lord. The face of the world will then change automatically. So, I guess this topic is a very vast one, but I want to submit and say that the revolution starts within oneself, within our family, and I'm sure if we collectively work together, some big change can be brought in together. Thank you so much for this question, and I'm sure all of such questions and such prayers and such endeavors will reap some results. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for that great detailed answer. Thank you. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Any other thoughts, comments? Okay. So I've been asked to sing a bhajan. So I will sing this bhajan called Kali Kukura Kadam bhajan, and then with that we'll end the session here. It's a song, a very famous song. I have a bad throat, but I'll still, sing for the pleasure of the Vaishnavas. Kali Kukura Kadam Jadi Chao He Kaliyuga Pavana Kali Bhayanashana Shri Sachinandana Gao He Gadadara Madana Nitayere Pranadana Advaiter Prabhujita Gora Nimai Vishwambhar Srinivasa Ishwara Bhakta Samuha Chita Chora Nadia Sashadara Mayapura Ishwara Nama Pravartana Sura Grihijana Sikshaka Nyasikula Nayaka Madhava Radha Bhavapura Sarvabhauma Shodana Gajapati Tarana Ramananda Poshana Veera Rupananda Vardhana Sanatana Palana Haridasa Modhana Dheera Vrajarasa Bhavana Dushtamata Shatana Kapati Vigatana Kama Suddha Bhakta Palana Shushka Jnana Tadana Chala Bhakti Dushana Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Pancha Tattva Jaya Pancha Tattva Jaya Pancha Tattva Jaya Pancha Tattva Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. If you want to be rid of the influence of the dog-like personality of Kali, then just sing the glories of the beautiful son of Mother Sachinandana. He is the savior of the Kali Yuga Pavana, and he is Kali Bhaya Nashana, the destroyer of all fear caused by the age of quarrel. He maddens Sri Gadadhar with his name, Gadadhara Madana. He is the treasure of the life of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Nitayera Pranadana. And he is the most worshipable object of Sri Advaitacharya, Advaitera Prabhujita. He is affectionately named Nimai by his mother due to being born under a neem tree, and he has been named Vishwambara by his grandfather. He is the only Lord of Srinivasa Ishwar, and he steals the hearts of all the assembled devotees. Bhakta Samuha Chitta Chora. Lord Chaitanya is the moon over Nadia Sashadar, the Lord of Sri Mayapur Dham, Mayapura Ishwar. the divine propagator of his own name, Nama Pravartana Sura. He is the instructor of the family man, Grihijana Sikshaka, and he is also the hero of those who are the renounced order, Nyasi Kula Nayaka. He is the husband of the goddess of fortune, Madhava, and he is overflowing with ecstatic moods and sentiments of Srimati Radharani, Radha Bhavapura. Lord Chaitanya is the corrector and purifier of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Sarvabhauma Sodhana, and the deliverer of King Prataprudra, Gajapati Tarana, the source of nourishment of Srila Ramananda Rai, Ramananda Poshana, and he is a great hero, Veera. He increases the ecstasy of Srila Rupa Goswami, Rupananda Vardhana. He is the maintainer and protector of Srila Sanatana Goswami, Sanatana Palana. He gladdens Haridas Thakura, Haridasa Modana, and he is very grave, Dhira. Lord Chaitanya is the source of all the transcendental mellows of Rajadama, Braja Rasa Bhavana. He is the destroyer of all mischievous and wicked mentality, Dushta Mata Sadhana, and he dissolves the mundane lust of the deceitful, insincere souls by his causeless mercy, Kapati Vighatana Kama. He maintains and protects his pure Vaishnava devotees, Shuddha Bhakta Palana, and he chastises dry speculative knowledge, Sushka Jana Tadana. He destroys pretentious and hypocritical devotion, Chala Bhakti Dushana, and he is the reservoir of pleasure, Rama. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Panchatattva Bhagavan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for your very enchanting, enlightening class today. And we are very grateful to you. We look forward to your association again in the future.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Nobody has any question. We can end the call here by you, if you desire. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Grace Ramgiridhari Prabhuji ki jai.
Jai.
Wow,
Jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandot pranams, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees. I'm in the call here. Thank you, Prabhuji. And thank you for the beautiful bhajan.